A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Your USD has continued to push up in towards the highs, providing us with a strong daily overall candle close, showing that there are bullish intentions here on your USD. Now, if you've been following the daily market outlook for quite some time now, you can obviously see that the overall market structure here on your USD remains bullish. We've seen an overall retracement in towards the downside, and we've now made a connection with the entire sell down before the buy up, which is our demand zone, right? So this is the sell down before the strong buy up, causing the market structure break twice. Now, after retracing in towards the downside here, we've now seen that the market has finished its overall retracement according to a change of character, as we've now seen a strong change of character in towards the upside. The only thing that I'm still taking into account is that daily liquidity is open underneath this low here. Within the overall impulse in towards the highs, there's no clear point of liquidity, making an overall long position from this demand zone here slightly lower probability. Therefore, I would not be looking for a 4-hour position, but I would be only looking at 1-hour potential positions. But even looking at the 1-hour time frame, you can very clearly see, hey, here, this is more just of a overall liquidity sweep, not really a market structure break, meaning that this is not like the swing high, swing low, and then we have the market structure shift in towards the upside. This here could just perfectly be a liquidity sweep of kind of like these descending highs as well, together with this area of consolidation, and then just sell off back in towards the downside. So I'm going to be very cautious here with EURUSD. I do not want to be the, let's say, wrong buyer in this particular instance, because I am not waiting for the actual daily liquidity to get taken that is positioned over here, and therefore I'm going to be focusing on the other setups as opposed to EURUSD. If EURUSD does provide me with that deeper retracement towards daily liquidity, and then we see the daily confirmation, then we will have very clear buys in my opinion, and then the overall impulsive phase in towards the highs could then once again start. Regardless, yes, we can head up higher if we do retrace a little bit down and then push up again. But for myself, this is just too low probability to be looking for a long position. Therefore, in the short term, I'll just be looking for somewhat of a EURUSD retracement back in towards the downside. The dollar index, on the other hand, does look slightly different and slightly better for potential short, meaning that if we look here at the dollar index, we can see that we made a connection with the overall supply zone. Yesterday, I was mentioning, let's see how we react to this overall low here. Do we just sweep it, head up higher from the monthly open, and then push up, for example, towards the yearly open before the real sell down? Or do we see sustained close? Well, until now, we've seen a sustained close, meaning a daily change of character, meaning that we now have daily supply here, from where the dollar index could still head down lower. So dollar index still looks good for that further downside in the near future. We've had a clear break of structure here, and we have a swing high, swing low. Let's see, can we now head down lower with the daily change of character that we've had? It does look good so far. Keep an eye on the 1-hour time frame, and let's see if we can build up some more liquidity. For example, here, maybe see another dump down, then come back up, take out these descending highs, tap monthly open, and then, for example, continue to sell back in towards the downside. Those are the kind of higher probability setups that occur on a consistent basis. Now, looking at GPUSD, in my opinion, is a more clear position than EURUSD at the moment. We have somewhat of a strong area of supply here on the daily and the 4-hour. This is a 4-hour buy up for a strong sell down that took out internal liquidity. We have the monthly open, and we can now look for the 4-hour change of character to look for another sell in towards the downside, back down towards the yearly open, and some daily liquidity as well. The market did not react to anything, just this simple sell down for the buy up demand zone, but there's no liquidity that is required before the next real impulse in towards the highs. We have also not yet retraced into discount pricing. Therefore, I'm still favoring another short position here from GPUSD. Ideally, we would see the 4-hour change of character, some manipulation, and then head down lower again. So keep an eye on the 1-hour time frame. If we get any nice potential setups, potentially another push up, then here order flow shift, and then look for the sell from the monthly open. That is a potential position that you could be monitoring. Going into AUDUSD and NZD-USD, AUDUSD continued pushing up higher as we expected in yesterday's market outlook. So I hope some of you have been able to capitalize on that. Obviously, a lot of people going short here on the third trendline touch, stop loss above the highest high. This was a very, very clear play. Didn't really retrace deep enough to get some kind of better entry from maybe this area of demand here in the monthly open. But regardless, happy that you didn't take any shorts. If you did watch the overall market outlook, could have saved you some money. Obviously, the Australian dollar is also relatively strong due to those higher interest rates, which I've been talking about for quite some time. By the way, guys, today we're going to be going live again on YouTube, so make sure to be there. It's going to be on the Trading Academy YouTube channel. Now, with that said, let's dive into NZD-USD. NZD/USD still has some further upside potential from this area of demand, in my opinion. Yeah, going hand in hand with still AUD/USD, though AUD/USD has already made its move. So ideally, you will just see another push in towards the highs. This is then future liquidity. If we take out that liquidity, we could look for longs again, swing low, swing high, and then we see like a 0.5 Fibonacci, 0.5 Fib Fibonacci retracement. That would be ideal price action there on AU. So on NZD/USD, it's still lagging a little bit behind, meaning that we could indeed look for some longs, though I would prefer for us to break above this kind of like internal market structure that we have going on before looking for the real longs in towards the upside once again. Not looking for any shorts on NU just due to the higher time frame, which is obviously, if we're looking at the daily, very, very bullish. So there's no reason for myself to short this at this point in time. Going into the USD pairs and of course gold, USD/CHF has continued to sell back in towards the downside. No real reaction to this area of demand over here. So then also no reason to look for any buys. Obviously, what has happened is that the internal bump in the road got taken out. So we have the overall swing in towards the downside. First bump in the road is then enough. Change of character here. So USD/CHF, you can just continue to look for sells. USD/CAD, what have we seen there? We've seen also very similar to USD/CHF. What has happened here is that we tapped the yearly open and the overall supply zone. From there, we headed down lower. Now we're looking for the retest and for the downside continuation. Very simple setup as well. USD/JPY, I was looking for further upside, never really gave or provided the overall change of character. For myself, UJ is slightly out of interest at the moment. Not a pair that I'm really actively looking to trade for shorts myself, just due to the situation surrounding the Japanese yen. Also because this wick didn't take out this highest high. Therefore, I never really like trading from these supply zones, but that's just personal preference. So what I would be doing here is, just maybe monitoring what these points of liquidity will do. Mainly these little bumps in the road here, obviously. These can cause overall pullbacks back in towards the upside. For now, order flow just remains bearish, right? We have a supply here, then again, we have a supply here. So as long as this supply remains in control, we should just head down lower. Last of all, we have gold. What are we seeing on gold and what are we looking for? Now, gold in itself is still bullish. We have to be careful though, because longs are starting to slow down a bit. We can see not a lot of momentum in towards the upside, but for now, demand still remains in control here, with this being the overall impulse up. Then we had the retracement phase, and now we've had another impulse up. So we're currently in the impulsive phase. And if we do see some further liquidations, we could look for the next long opportunity in towards the upside. We had a breakdown, and then we had a break up. I'm just looking for more reaccumulation in towards the downside personally before getting involved with any new potential longs. Not looking for shorts on that side. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. I'll drop a link in the description of this video to the live session of today and see you guys there. It's going to be together with Oscar, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks.